Hyperion Book 3. Keats diverges from the story of the Titans, which has been narrating from the role of Hyperion, which he has been describing. He leaves them in their sorrowful state because there are stories about many gods who have fallen. He thinks of the premature death of his brother Tom and suggests that he should rather sing about his personal sorrow. He would like to sing about Apollo, the father of verse, and the thought of him fills him with enthusiasm and joy. He calls on all of nature to put on fresh glory in order to join him in celebrating the greatness of Apollo, who was born on the island of Delos. He announces to all nature that Apollo is once more the golden theme of his verse. Evidently, Keats' purpose now is to take up the theme of dethronement of Hyperion by Apollo. But Apollo is not yet a god, and Keats wants to show the reader how Apollo becomes deified. When Hyperion stands radiant in the midst of his grief-stricken fellow Titans, Apollo leaves his mother and his twin sister sleeping in the bower and wanders forth in the morning twilight. While he walks through the lilies of the valley at the early hour, the nightingale just stops singing, and there are just a few stars left in the sky. Apollo comes to the bank of a stream, stops suddenly and bursts into tears. While he stands there weeping with his golden bow in his hand, an awful goddess appears and stands before him. Apollo is surprised to see the mysterious figure, which has appeared from nowhere. He then realizes that he has always been conscious of the presence of this goddess on the island. In addition, he has often heard the sweep of her garments over the fallen leaves as she walks about in the valley. He tells the goddess that he has actually seen or dreamed about her. The goddess replies that he has dreamt of her, and waking up from the dream, he has found a golden lie which she had placed for him by his side. Thou hast dreamt of me, and on waking up didst find a lie all golden by thy side. This is the strings which he has played to produce the beautiful music which the whole universe has heard with pain and pleasure. The world now realizes that a new kind of music has come into existence. The goddess wishes to find a way why Apollo has been weeping and what is it that makes him so sad. She reveals that she has kept a watchful eye on him during his hours of sleep and his hours of wakefulness ever since he was born. She has given up her loyalty and allegiance to the old for the sake of the new loveliness which he possesses and the music which he has created. Apollo suddenly realizes whom the goddess is, and her name suddenly comes in. She is Mnemosyne, and must know what has made him shed tears because he is now new to her, as she is supposed to know everything about him. He goes on to make him now know that there are certain things which he does not understand, and Apollo wants her to clear his doubt in Goddess Benin. Point forth some unknown things to me. He wants to know about nature, the divinity who rules the universe, and the reason why he is always overtaken by melancholy which is so deep to the point of numbing his knees. The goddess remains silent, and Apollo's mind is suddenly illuminated by a new discovery. Although she is silent, he can read a wonderful lesson on her silent face. Her face can now bring to him a sudden awareness of names, deeds, old legends, dire events, rebellions, majesties, agonies, creations, and destruction. This new awareness is like wine. He now feels that he is an immortal. He speaks with his eyes fixed on the goddess. He feels somehow a convulsion that shakes his whole body, and the experience is agonizing. The agony can be compared to the death of the most, like the struggle at the gate of death. The goddess raises her arms as he undergoes the agony, like one making a prophecy. At last, Apollo shrieks with joy and ecstasy, and from all his limbs comes a glory which shows that he has become a god. Apollo, the mortal, dies, and Apollo, the god, is born, and he has grown into great heights of poetry and music. Because of his contact with Mnemosyne, who symbolizes all human experience. All the experience that mankind has had in the past and the awareness of such is a necessary part of experience of a poet. The goddess presents the past, present, and the future of mankind. The poem focuses on Apollo and his deification. The origin of Apollo's musical prowess is also explained as it originates from the goddess Mnemosyne, who has given him a golden lyre. She has watched over Apollo from his infancy to present date, and she has special interest in him. The evocation of his musical prowess had been echoed by one of the goddesses in Book 2, which has brought joy and grief of many throughout the universe. Ironically, Apollo is full of melancholy, but he does not know the source of it. The new illumination of discovery is what Apollo has wanted in life. The enormous knowledge that he suddenly possesses transforms him from an immortal to a deity. This is symbolic of Apollo's glorification and praise in poetry. The poem is about immortality, human suffering, and the knowledge that can be gained from it.